Hi, continuing with my thoughts for today. And today there's been a lot of speculation, inquiring, questioning whether we would. Well, we are, of course, already helping the Israelis against Iran because, well, most of all, it's in our interest to do that because nuclear weapon in Iran with ballistic missiles capable of delivering them to the United States. Uh, Despite Tucker Carlson's idiotic opinion, that is a danger. We don't want that to happen. So obviously we are helping the Israelis, but now the questions are starting to arise whether we would go beyond providing materiel and intelligence and diplomatic support, for instance, in the United Nations. And well, even beyond that, I mean, there's speculation of, well, somehow I'm not going to bother to watch it. I just don't get any, I'm not interested in watching two people with different opinions. I mean, if the debates are fine, but two people screaming at each other, in this case, Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson. I understand that it's blowing up all over the internet, but I have no, don't get me started on Tucker Carlson. He's really, and it's sad because I admired him at one time, but he is, I don't know, he's just gone off the deep end. And I don't want to get into a discussion of him, but my understanding is the argument between, or the screaming match between those two, but also in other circles, are whether whether we should overthrow the government, bring down the Iranian government. And my answer is, personally, but my opinion doesn't matter. I mean, I'm an American, but my opinion is that as an end in itself, no, we should not intervene to bring down the government, but as a matter of if it's necessary to prevent Iran from, or the Ayatollahs from developing nuclear weapons and further developing their ballistic missiles, if that's necessary, then I think we should do it. But B, I don't think we would even have to because the Israelis are perfectly capable of that. And if we help the Israelis, as far as we're only talking about, well, for instance, Trump has called, as I reported the day before, Trump has called for unconditional surrender from the Iranians. They're foolishly not wanting to, refusing to do that and threatening the United States, which is really ridiculous because fewer and fewer missiles. There were two barrages just recently, missile barrages on Tel Aviv, on Israel, and well, again, most of them, much fewer missiles, number one. Number two, most of them did not get through. A couple got through, but they landed in uninhabited areas. The rest were shot down. And for the first time I'm reading, since these attacks started, no casualties at all. But you had Khamenei, he issued a recorded statement, right, because he dares not show himself in public, saying, well, this is the start of a war, and we have nasty, something like that will be, people will be talking about for centuries what the Iranians are going to do to the Americans. And well, it's all bluster. But to me, for Tucker Carlson and his ilk, his isolationist ilk, well, in my opinion, he can disagree, but one plane, one B-2, flying into Iran, dropping two bombs on a mountain, and then skedaddling out of there. To me, that is not bringing down a government. That is not regime change. But in all this opinion going back and forth, what about the Iranians? What do they think? And I think it's pretty. Tucker Carlson, as I understand it, he was chastising Cruz for not knowing the population or the ethnic makeup of Iran, as if either of those facts are relevant. I mean, I wonder how much FDR knew about the population of Japan the day before Pearl Harbor, or the population of Germany, Nazi Germany, in World War II, or whether he even cared. I mean, it's a dumb question. That's one reason why I didn't just these isolationists are so don't game. Well, you know, I have a comment section. You put your comments in there. But again, what do the Iranian people? And we've seen all these demonstrations and all these. They pour into the streets, and the Ayatollahs, they're thugs. They just put down these demonstrations. But well, it's a shame on us. I think that we've never. Obama didn't, Biden didn't, never provided any aid or any support or any even verbal support, because so dead set were they on negotiating a deal with Iran that was supposed to supposedly prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon, while they continued to work on a nuclear weapon. But in any case, that agreement, the JCPOA, Joint Comprehensive Plan, JCPOA, was it had an expiration date, and we've passed that date, by the way. So as I'm recording this, that agreement no longer is enforced, and Iran, under that agreement, can do whatever Iran wants. And so, but as I said, it should be obvious, even to a Tucker Carlson, that the people of Iran, whatever their, I mean, just officially, if it's that important, Iran, okay, population is 92 million, and it's a mixture of Persians and Arabs and Kurds and Jews and perhaps some other small minorities, but who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter, because all those people, the only people who can unconditionally surrender and the nuclear program, the Ayatollahs. Those are the only ones that matter. Everybody else is irrelevant. They have no voice in what the Ayatollahs want to do. So, as I said, totally irrelevant, and it's. But I don't want to get off on the ignorant of the isolationists. What I want to talk about is I want to show you one woman's opinion, at least one woman, and I'm pretty sure that she represents the majority of the Iranian population, which is one more thing. I just want to get this whole question, like Tucker Carlson, as I understand, say, well, should we overthrow the Iranian government? And that's what he accused. He said, well, to Cruz, well, you know nothing about the country and you want to overthrow the government. Well, no. We are not going to overthrow the government. What we do support is the Iranian people ousting that government if they want to, just as we ousted the British, our government in 1776. It's that's what we're talking about, and we are not going in there, even though it would help them. That's peripheral. We would not go into Iran to drop 2 bombs on a mountain for the purpose of helping, the Iranian people overthrow throw the Ayatollahs out. It would be for the purpose of destroying the facility beneath that mountain, number one. And number two, the Ayatollahs, if they don't want to surrender, then yeah, maybe we would take them out. We would take them out, or at least take out Khomeini. But again, that would be for the purpose of forcing an unconditional surrender, or eliminating the Iranians' nuclear program. Now, all the enriched uranium removed from Iran, and all the ballistic missiles destroyed, plus the capability, the factories, the ability to make more, and ditto for centrifuges, destruction of all the centrifuges and the ability to make more. That's all we would do. Now, if that results in the Iranian people overthrowing the government, then so be it. It's icing on the cake. That's not, and I don't know why even the most ardent isolationists would oppose that. And by the way, I'll just throw this in. I keep teasing this video, and I never get to it. I will in a moment, but just this is going to really irritate the isolation, because the disaster of Bush going into Iraq. But remember, the Israelis destroyed a reactor, an Iranian nuclear reactor, in 1980, and the whole world condemned them for it. But because, well, number one, it's a good thing they did, but number two, the Iranians, seeing that, they were smart and they built their facility underground. Now, if Saddam were still in power and he saw the Iranians pursuing right next door an avowed enemy, remember they fought a war, building, pursuing a nuclear weapon and refining, weaponizing uranium and doing all this underground, that the Iraqis, that Saddam Hussein would not have done the exact same thing, copied them, and then we would have the problem twice. It would be twice. So Bush, whether presciently or not, it was the right thing to do. But also, you don't hear the isolationists and all these people. They don't talk about Iraq anymore. There's no peep out of them, and just crickets. And may I offer a theory why? Is because it's hard to nation building and you can't. Their cultures, they would never be democratic. Well, hate to burst your bubble there, isolationists, but today Iraq is a functioning democracy. They have elections, no coups, no Saddam Hussein or Saddam Hussein 2.0 mounted a coup and took over the government. They are a functioning democracy, okay? They are a functioning democracy. We have friendly relations with Iraq, okay? So, isolationists, 0, Iraq, and George Bush, 1. Okay, that's my opinion. Comment section below, free to disagree. But anyways, okay, so this woman, I'm going to show you the video. First, I'm going to put up the tweet, or the X message, whatever they call it, the X post, that accompanies the video. So let me put this up. An Iranian woman sends a message to the Islamic regime. We will dance on your grave with all our hearts. We now have joy and hope for the future. The murderers of Iran's children and women will fall. The Islamic regime will perish. I am on this woman's side. I support her 100%. Those of you who don't, you're entitled to your opinion. But why you would oppose the liberation of this woman? And actually, by the way, do you notice she's dancing? She's wearing a short skirt and no head covering. So already things are changing. Already from what Israel has done, and with our help, already the Iranian people, the women of Iran especially, they're freeing themselves. And I don't know why anybody could be angry about that, unless you're an Ayatollah, or a member of Hamas or Hezbollah. And that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. As I said a couple of times, your comments welcome in the comment section below the video. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I'd love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.